All right, guys. This is our dating and relationship Reconnect show on I Am Publications. Your Everything Good videos. Samella is a young lady that's going to give us her take on relationships and what her experience is, and then I'm gonna have her shout out to the guys what you all should be or best have yourself positioned when you approach Samella. I'm gonna give Samella a scenario, and this is a really big thing called ghosting. And she knows about it. She started laughing because she knows she may have ghosted some people. I hope you haven't.
Ghosted a few people, but it was for a good reason.
It was for a good reason. Okay,
sure.
since we now ran into that, why did you ghost them?
A couple of them, I ghosted them because of their approach. A couple of them, I ghosted them for being like a disappointment. Or
Hold on for a second.
not holding through on their word.
Good. Let's
Stuff
stop
like
right there. Let's start right there. I apologize. Say the third reason why you ghosted them.
Not following through on their word.
Okay, so was it 3 reasons or 2?
It was actually 3, but it's probably a couple more too.
Give me all those, and then we're gonna go over each one.
Let me think about the people I done ghosted. Either one, they might have said something that threw me off. They might have had a characteristic trait that I just really was not feeling like that. Or they might have told me they would do something, they didn't do it, so they let me down like a disappointment.
Okay.
And also some people, like, they just don't know what to say.
Okay, now we're gonna start with that one. When you say they don't know what to say, that's a reason why you would ghost them?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would happen in a conversation or a text message that make you feel like they don't know what they don't know what to say?
Being over sexualized, saying like freaky deaky stuff when I just met them, it just throws me off. I'm like, why are you even talking about that? We're not even on that level, you know?
Nice.
It just makes me feel like that's what the intent is specifically. So I feel like I'm at an age where I'm looking for something more serious. So
Okay.
With that being said, if somebody's talking to me and I just met them and they talking about sex too early, I will for sure ghost them.
You know what? You all can't see me, but you can hear me. I support her on ghosting for that reason. I really do, because
you gotta run fast.
yeah, I really support her because I've heard the ghosting thing, and I just heard Samella reason for why she would ghost someone. For that reason, I have to support her, and I stand with her 100%. I felt that sometimes people can be ghosted for different reasons that are not fair. Like after a date, someone's trying to reconnect, and then they just, the other person just won't hit them back. At least explain to them why they're not talking to them. Ghosting for that reason is not cool, because if you went out with someone, even if you didn't jive with them, or things just didn't go the way you expected, the connection didn't happen, you should at least text them back if you don't feel like talking to them. Let them know, hey, listen, I really enjoyed the date. Just wasn't feeling the vibe. It's not something, I mean, like, you're great, blah, 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 this and that. Lay it out so they can give them somewhat of...
so like give them like a reason.
Yeah, give them a reason so that they have some type of closure, they can move on, because otherwise they'll be wondering...
They'll like just still keep hitting you up every day.
Yeah.
And wondering what's going on.
Right.
I mean, I may be guilty of that too, but like, I'll make an example. One time I went out with this dude, and he was just like really boring. And I was like, oh my God, like every time I would try to like have a conversation with him about something, he was very like pessimistic. And I felt like every time I would try to talk to him about something, he would either like put it down or talk down on it or be like, that's dumb or something like that. And he just only wanted to talk about the stuff that he wanted to talk about. And I was like, when you're on a date with somebody, it should be communication back and forth.
Right.
Not like you talking at me and you want me to like, because when I say like overstand or understand, you want me to like understand you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like we should be equally discussing things that we're both interested in, you know?
Okay.
Not just try to shut down the things that I like because you're not interested in it.
Now, if the conversation went like that on a date, that would be a reason why you would ghost a guy.
I mean, like, I've done that once before because he was just kind of an asshole. Like,
okay.
Yeah, he was kind of like prude, he was rude.
So it was more... So then you ghost them basically based on their behavior, not so much that you just X'd them out after you went on a date.
Yeah, it was because like he was saying weird stuff to me, and like
give me an example of something weird.
Okay, when we first sat at the table, he was like, just to let you know, I'm not a trick. And I was like, what are you even talking about? I'm like, what? And then like he just kept saying more rude, out of pocket stuff. And at the end of the day, I was just ready to go. And then he hit me up the next day like, you want to go out again? I'm like, I thought you didn't even like me.
Wow.
It didn't make sense. He was treating me mean, but he was saying that he wanted to be around me more. It just didn't make sense to me. I feel like he was toxic.
Okay. No.
Toxic.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you what I know what the word toxic means, but I'm see how you're using it. So when you said he asked you if he was a trick.
No, he's told me, like, when we first sat at the table, he's like, I'm gonna start the date by letting you know I'm not a trick. Why would you start a date by saying it?
What's a trick?
I mean, it's like a cultured word for this generation. Like, I guess a guy, I don't really know how to describe it. I guess a guy that, like, spends money frugally on a girl or just buys her stuff for no reason. I don't know.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
I don't know how he was trying to come at me, but first of all, he had asked me on a date. So why would you even bring up tricking to me if you asked me out? And I never even gave him the idea that I wanted anything from him. So I just didn't understand why he would want to start it off like that, you know?
Okay.
Instead of saying, like, how was your day? Or how was your week? Or something that's like...
something that's warming.
Warming. That felt kind of like cold and standoffish, like, you know?
Okay. All right, so guys, check this out. Now, Samella just filled me in on reasons why she would ghost someone. And the two reasons that she already gave me, I have to be honest. I support her. I really do. As a gentleman, a man who loves women. Because, you know, I have a movie titled Men Exhaling, and these interviews are going to lead up to the making of this movie. And I'm interviewing Samella, and I'm telling you for the first time, because I've heard guys talk, and now I'm hearing her talk. And if guys, listen up, if you're dropping the ball like that, and they don't hit you back, it's your fault. Because the reasons that she just gave me, I can understand why she would just go, you know what, I'm not going to even talk to this guy anymore. I still feel that maybe, Samella, that you could probably go, hey, you know, here's the deal, guy. I would ghost you because of how you were behaving. But because of the character that I am, I'm explaining to you why we're not going to go out for a second date. So could the next time something like that happen, could you try to do that?
You know, I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to see how they work. Because I really, like, I'm the type of person, I'm a Leo, you know, so we have that type of energy to the point, like, when we don't like something no more, we just want it away. My
co-host is a Leo. Yeah. If she was here, her name is Sue.
Like, once we don't like you no more, you in the dirt. That's it. It's over for you.
All right, guys, check this out. Listen, when you're on a date, try to bring your best behavior, because you can get ghosted real quick. And then you're trying to figure out why. And, you know, they don't have to let you know.
Yeah, he really thought that the date was good, and I thought it was horrible. And he was like, oh, I had so much fun, but it was mostly just him expressing in the whole day, this is what he was doing. He was telling me everything he don't like in a woman. And I was just like, why are you telling me these things? I don't understand why we would start off by saying, like, oh, I don't like when girls do this, I don't like this, I don't like that. I was like, can we talk about what you do like? Like, can we be more positive? Or, you know, can we get off on something that's, like, more comfortable for both of us to talk about? Because I feel like I was in trouble or something.
Oh, so, guys, check this out. Listen, always, and women, take the positive. You know, I have a book titled You Everything, Everything Is You. And you have to be very cautious. Most beings don't realize they believe how a sentence is written and spoken. So if you say something like, "Oh, I don't want to get in trouble," you're actually going to manifest trouble, just because that word is in the sentence.
Even if you're saying you don't,
yeah,
you can't even think about or talk about what you don't want. You're going to still bring it to yourself.
That's right. Well said, Samella. So the best thing to say is, hey, instead of that guy saying, "I'm gonna talk about the things he doesn't like," he should have said, "Hey, here's are the things I like about a young lady." That's positive. That's going upward.
Yeah, and it could give me like an idea of what he's looking for.
Right.
Versus saying, I hate when girls do this. I hate when females. I don't like when dudes use the word female.
Okay.
It kind of like feels sexist. Like, I'm not a female. Female can be used to describe an animal, anything. I'm a woman. I'm a human. So with that being said, like, you can't try to talk to me as if I'm going to be your pet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so female, when a guy says female, it makes you feel like he's like
itemized, you know?
Like you a pet.
Yeah, like a female can be anything. You can have a female dog, a female elephant, anything can be a female.
That's a good point, Samella.
But I'm a human, woman. It's the difference from just saying a gender.
And you know what I say?
We have emotions, we have feelings.
You know what I say to add on to that, to be even more positive? You're a lady god.
Right. way. Like, why you gotta be so mean?
Yeah. So you know what, Samella, I'm gonna tell you something. Thank you very much for clarifying the word female, because you're absolutely correct. You can have a female animal, a female this, female that. So guys, that's another thing. Listen up to these interviews, guys. You get a chance to respond. You can go to my email address. That's youareverythinggood1323@gmail.com. That's youareverythinggood1323@gmail.com. Now, of course, guys, while you listen to these interviews, so subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments. You're gonna get a chance to leave your comments. For
They try to roast me.
Hey, leave your comments. You heard Samella speak, so leave your comments. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and leave your information at youareverythinggood1323@gmail.com, because next you could be on our channel in a video explaining your side. But right now, we focusing on Samella. So, Samella, you gave me 2 reasons why a guy can get ghosted by you. There was 2 more you started out with at the top. What was the other 2? Because I was, I was bullet pointing, letting you go through all of them, and then I was gonna go back to the top. But then the last 2 were so interesting that I had to just jump in on those.
Yeah, to jump in on the last 2.
I had to jump in on the last 2. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna stay with you. That's gonna come back. So if a guy pulls up, and you all set a date,
right.
And basically, okay, so he just got your phone number. Say he just got your phone number today, and later on he texts you, and he goes, "Hey, it's really nice meeting you. Looking forward to our next meeting. Let's set up a date." If a guy was to text you about, let's say you got a text message. So let's say right now, while you're doing this interview, a guy walks up and meets you, and I would interview this. I would record him just
because. Get it all on camera, please.
That's right. I am an in the moment type of being. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you all made a connection. You've been like, okay, this guy came off appealing enough for me to give him my number.
Which is not always true.
Give him your number, excuse me. Not my number, your number. What? Which is always not true?
It's not always true like that. Because some guys get really aggressive when you tell them no. So it's like, sometimes women, we like give people our number, we know we don't want to talk to them.
But then why would you give him a number? Just to get him away from you?
Yeah, because I've had guys like, for example, I could be at the gas station, and they'll be like, "Oh, what's up, blah, 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 can I get your number?" And I'll be like, "Oh, no, thank you, I'm not interested." And they'll be like, "You ugly anyway," or like something, like they switch up, or they try to get aggressive. Like, I went out one time to a bar.
Well, you already know they telling a lie when they say you ugly, because you nowhere near that. So
I'm like, why would you switch up on me like that? That's why I knew not to give you my number. But also, I was at a bar one time, and I had a guy ask me for my number, and I had said no, and he had threw a bottle at me.
What?
He got mad, yeah. So, and I've seen a lot of stuff on social media, like women getting attacked when they reject the dude and stuff like that. So sometimes I'll just get them my number and block them when I get in the car, like, because I already know I don't want to talk to them, but I didn't want to give them a rejection and be rude and make them want to get aggressive with me.
Oh, okay. So that's
happened to me a few times.
So that's a technique that you use if a guy makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
instead of
make me feel uncomfortable, I'll just give it to them and then
just to get them away from you.
Yeah.
And then later on you just block their number.
Facts. A lot of women actually do that. Because some guys can come off very abrasive and they can come off strong,
Wow, okay, man. Hey, I'm so glad I'm doing, listen, I am so glad I wrote this movie. I am so glad I have this YouTube channel, and I'm so glad that I'm doing this dating and relationship reconnect show, because I am learning quite a bit with this interview with Samella. I have some other interviews. I'm gonna post them all this week.
Telling all the secrets.
But you know what? I appreciate the secrets, guys. Check this out now. You're gonna have your chance to leave comments. You're gonna have a chance to rebuttal. You're gonna have a chance to go to You Are Everything Good. Remember, YOURARE Everything Good 1323@gmail.com. Leave your information. I will interview you. You got to be in LA though. I'm not coming to you. I'm not going outside of LA.
Going nowhere.
But
in the city with it.
Yes, in the city. I like that. If you have videos or recorded of yourself and you email them to me, I will post them, and then we'll have comments on your video, so you can rebuttal that way. Shoot on video of yourself, and then if you not local, and then put it up, and then hey, I take a look at it, and then we'll have
talk about it.
That's right. We'll post it. We can talk about it, like Samella said. We can make this thing work. Okay.
Don't figure it out.
So, yes, figure it out. So there's a technique that she just explained, that if a guy comes off aggressive, he's pushing up on her, making her nervous, she's going to protect herself by saying, okay, here's my number. But later on, she's just going to block you. Because that's her way of dealing with, that's her way of securing herself.
Scary dudes.
Scary dudes. I like that, scary dude. I'm gonna do something right quick. I'm gonna pause this. Let me see. Are we still going? Yes, we are. Okay, so here's the deal. So we just learned techniques that women use to keep themselves safe. If a guy comes up on them, he's pushing up on them too mean like, then she just going to take your phone number and jump in her car and block you right away. Okay.
Now I know who to block.
Okay. All right. So guys, check this out. Always be gentlemen.
Be nice.
Always be nice. Like she just said, be nice. Even if, so a guy can look really nice, but if he's rude, he's kind of blowing it. Or would you give him extra? Would you give him like a little bit of what? If a guy walks in, he looks just like the type of guy you really like.
If he had to look, but he was a little bit rude.
Yeah, you'll give him a little leeway, huh?
Yeah, I probably would, just off the strength, because looks can be deceiving a little bit.
Okay.
But if I felt like he had potential or something like that, I would try to talk to him a little more and see if that's really how he is, or if that's just like my perception being off. Because sometimes our perception can be off if we see things a certain way. We might be reading it wrong. So, sometimes it's cool to like feel it out a little bit and see like what's the real vibe.
But now if a guy is not your physical preference and he's dropping the ball, he's getting blocked. What's that?
Off the rip.
Off the rip? Off the rip means what?
Period. Blocked.
He's cut. He's
It's
cut.
over with.
So if he's not as...
Dirt.
What? He's in the dark?
Put him in the dirt.
Put him in the dirt.
Bury him.
Oh, okay. Listen up, gentlemen. So if a guy is like close to being handsome, he's not handsome, but he's close to being handsome.
I've got approached by guys who didn't look that good, but they were really sweet, and I still gave them my number because they were nice guys, And I feel like that's something. Looks is something that you can always be moved past, because if somebody is giving you the love that you require, then it's really not that important. But if you ain't looking right and you ain't talking right, that's a double negative.
Yeah, they go to the dirt.
You getting canceled out.
I like that. All right, listen, I'm telling you, I gotta say, this young lady is fair. First of all, thank her for the interview. She is very fair. She filled me in with a lot of information that I've been hearing from the male side. And guys, listen to what this young lady is saying. She's fair. Nobody better not leave any comments saying that she's not fair. No one better not leave any comments that are not positive, because I'm letting you know, I'm interviewing this young lady, and from what I heard, she sounds fair. If this is what she does, I don't have a problem with it. If somehow a gentleman meets her, or I'm saying gentleman, I'm giving guys credit already that they probably don't deserve. If guys meet Samella and then things kind of go a little south after you all first meet, then from me listening to her, what I have to say to you gentlemen is, can you backtrack and look at your behavior from the moment that you met her and see where you may have dropped the ball, which is why you are in the dirt, as she would say, or she's ghosting you? Instead of looking at her and saying, oh, she's rude, blah, 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 can you just backtrack and say, how did I approach her? What did I say? How did I come off? Did I block her path? Did I make her feel uncomfortable? Find something that you did. And then if you do a checklist of your behavior and your approach, and you see that everything is good, I feel, from what this young lady is telling me, that you're going to get some type of communication with her, some type of connection, correct?
Yeah, like if a guy is really nice and he's sweet and I'm just not feeling it, then I'll for sure let him know, like, you know what, I gave it a shot. I wanted to see if we can make something happen. It's not really going to work out, but we can still be friends,
Okay.
I make a friendship with them. But also, like, some dudes have, like, really false expectations. Like, I'll make an example. They'll, like, take you out on a date, and then they'll think you have to spend a night with them. Who said that? Who said that just because you take a girl out on a date so y'all could talk and get to know each other better, that she got to spend a night with you? Like, those two things should not be in correlation. And some dudes feel like if you buy them a meal, you got to sleep with them. It's like, that's not fair to us.
That's right.
Because if we had to sleep with every single person who tried to take us out on a date and get to know us, then we would be ran through.
Wow,
So
well
you
said.
can't be like that. You have to have some type of boundaries for yourself. I feel like maybe if we go on 3 dates or 4 dates and we feel like, okay, we vibing and it's good, maybe we could talk about doing something else. But don't just expect a girl to go home and sleep with you and spend a night with you just because you bought her a $50 dinner. Like, that's nothing.
You know what, Samella, let me tell you something. I'm going to interview you more than once. Okay?
Okay.
So we're not just going to do one video of you. I would like to do a video of you saying meeting someone and you all going out on a date, and then you coming back talking about that, and then he's talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So basically what I'm saying, I'm going to do kind of a series of videos with you on this show. Because
So,
you
like,
very,
conversational type.
yeah,
Okay,
you're very interesting. I like what you have to say. Now I'm gonna tell you me how I do things. Gosh, you said something about if you buy dinner. It was something you said right before that. Guys try to go.
False expectations?
Yeah, false expectation.
Yeah.
Trying to go to bed with you right away. So guys, pump the
It's a turn
brakes.
off. Yeah. it's a
Yes.
turn off.
Here's the deal, man. I have this thing. I say, I meet a young lady. I go, wow, very attractive. Now, what your character is like? That's what I like to know. I like to know what a lady's character is like, because I know when I get involved, I'm just a heart-centered being. That's just who I am. I'm not
Because
gonna.
you already evolved to that level.
Well said.
Yeah.
Hey, gosh, you already know. Yeah. All right, guys, you will see a lot of her videos, okay?
Not evolved, you know?
Yes. So I'm not afraid of being myself. What I do, and guys, listen up, and it's not corny, and I don't care. A woman can look at it and go, God, this guy, he's just easy. When I meet a young lady, and if things go well, I'll write her a thank you card. Say, I thank you for your time, thank you for your kindness. And I would even give her a dozen roses. Dozen roses it's not a setup for, oh, I'd like you to be my girlfriend. It's just like appreciation.
It's like a love language, you know, showing people little small tokens of appreciation to let them know, like, you do appreciate them giving your time. Because some dudes, they want to talk on the phone with you all day long.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to spend all day with them, and they never even bought you no flowers. Like, they want all your time and energy, but they don't want to give you anything in return. And it's kind of like, as women, we just look for, like, appreciation, or just some simple, like, what's the word? Reassurance, you know?
Okay.
Just to let me know, like, okay, is the person actually thinking about me? Like, he actually cared. Because sometimes it's hard to, like, discern if somebody really care about you or if they just trying to get free time and energy. It's hard to tell the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, listen, our video's usually going to run from like 22 minutes. 15, 22 minutes. We're at 22 right now, but I'm going to go a little bit longer because Samella is very interesting, wonderful. I'm trying to avoid using the word subject, but a great interview. I'll say that. Is that okay?
I was like, that's a good choice.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. You see, you got to find the right words to say so that the lady, right, so that the lady can agree. If I'd have said a great subject, she might have looked at me like, okay, you're in the dirt, homeboy. No more interviews. Okay. All right, so we're wrapping this up.
Hungry.
Yeah, Savannah is hungry. I'm trying to get her on camera, but she's ready to go. So we're wrapping this up, guys. We're going to see more of Samella because I love her energy. She's great. And guys, thank you all for listening up. Thank you, Samella. And I'm going to work on making a connection with Samella with a gentleman. Then we're going to see how he works things out so that at least date-wise, she can have some better things to say. So guys, listen up. Be gentlemen, be kind, and don't be afraid to be the best you are. And that's what my video is all about, being the best you are.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
You ain't got to pretend to be nobody. Just be yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like that. And then you'll get a lot farther. You won't be ghosted. You won't be put in the dirt. And you won't have your feelings hurt. Oh, that's boom. All right, so we're going to wrap this video out. I'll be in touch with Samella. And guys, you're going to see more of this young lady. That's for sure. I guarantee you. Thank you all for listening. Guys, make sure you hit us up. Leave comments. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell, hit the like button. And guys, don't forget, if you'd like to be on this show and you're not in town of LA, you can email us your videos at youareverythinggood 1323@gmail.com. If you're in LA, send it to the email address. Got the phone number, you'll see it on the site, and then we're gonna get you on and you can rebuttal. Thank you guys, over and out. Thank you, sweetie. Boom.